And we're back. Hello, chat. We are back after a rousing game of Pokemon Snap, and we're here with um Mandibuzz expert, photographer, culture worker, truck enthusiast, Pat Jarrett. Did I name them all? Bassist?
There we go. I was
There
gonna
we
say
go.
I'm a
There it
bass
is.
player in like 12 bands or something. I don't know.
Hell yeah. And hey, you know what I love to see? This is neither here nor there, but like I love to see how busy or nights when the chat is real busy while we're on break getting the interview set up. You guys are doing a great job. I love you tonight, chat. I mean, I love you every night. The Academy, my esteemed peers of the Academy.
Beautiful. A Academy.
Yeah, we came up with that last week during our awards show.
Amazing.
So it is, Pat. It's time to start your formal interview. You ready?
Oh man. Yeah, let's do this
As
thing.
much as one can be.
As much as one can be
There
ready.
we are.
You got it. It'll be good. You got it.
And I'd like to say before we get too far into this interview, it's not just me and Daisy making the questions. Of course, the credit goes to the entire intrepid collective group known as the Folkwise Interview Sleuths who help us put together these questions every week. So that's on you, Pat. If you like a question that we ask, don't thank me, thank the sleuths.
In advance, I thank the sleuths, but I'm also very intimidated by having questions asked by sleuths.
Oh, true. I mean,
They only use their powers for absolute good and care. So
for now.
for now.
For now.
Yeah.
It changes tonight.
Probably. All right, Pat, why don't we get started?
All right, let's do it.
Pat, as someone who's trained as a photojournalist, how does your craft that you do, like with the Virginia Humanities, occupy the space between art and the humanities?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Right off the bat, thank you, sleuths.
So yeah, that's it's funny because I definitely felt like newspaper photography, documentary photography, was a calling for me. It was one of those things that just occupied. Man, it was such an important role. I assume that's what it's like to be called to the priesthood. You know, I would like to make pictures of real things that are happening, right? And so, I grew up reading the daily paper, and I always wanted to. That was the goal, was to be published in the Akron Beacon Journal for all those Ohio people. Yeah. And so I achieved that. I got a staff job here in Stanton, Virginia, and that was going to be it. Like I got a staff job at a paper, and now it's time to do the work, and I will work here until the day I die. I will work in newspapers, but then, not thinking that I got a job in print journalism in 2008, right? So, I had to adapt my thinking after surviving about 7 rounds of layoffs, watching, the newsroom shrink, and I had to reframe my thinking of what photojournalism was. Was it working for a paper, or was it a photographic practice? And so I view what I do at Virginia Folklife and the Virginia Humanities as I'm practicing photojournalism in a humanities realm. I don't change how I work, other than I get to be more involved, which is amazing.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about photojournalism, that you have to build that wall. You say, well, I can't really do that. I'm working for the paper. I can't show preference. But I can show preference. I can say, yes, can we get you money? Can we support you? How can we help you? And I view a lot of the work I do for, I've been to festivals where bands were like, hey, would you mind making a picture of us? We need album art. I'm like, yeah, let me go get my lights. And like I do a whole setup like
awesome
next to the river, right? And that ended up on flyers and album covers and all this stuff. They can go and use that to make money. And so the act of making pictures stopped being a one-way street and started being a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
Like good photojournalism. Good photojournalism is a two-way street. But I can just be more explicit about it when I'm working for Folklife, right?
Yeah.
So it's still documentation, it's still storytelling, but I get to go a little bit deeper and say like, all right, what do you need? What can I do to help you out today? You know, how can we support you going down the road? How can it be sustainable? You know?
You are speaking my language so hard right now. I just want you to know. This is like, this is the shit I like about folklore too. Like, what does this do for you, my friend? Like, I know what it does for me. I like it. That's why I'm doing it. But like, what does it do for the rest of us? Like,
right.
Very cool.
You got my Tumblr in there? Oh,
we
man.
got Tumblr. We got a lot.
We got a lot of shit.
Once again.
Jeez. Oh, man. Don't follow the Tumblr.
Okay, well, to be fair, it is your name.
Yeah. I'm not hiding anything. This is the genius move I made when I left the paper. Like, my brand is going to be just my name. Neat.
Okay, I got one of those names too. It's fine.
Nice. But yeah, I love being able to help out. It's the best thing. And then you make friends with, salt makers who call you up and say, "Hey, I got some ghost stories," and you're like, "Yeah, I'll see you next week." It's great.
What are some other I feel like you're getting into like examples about like what kept you hooked in folk life and what made you stay in folk life? What are like some other examples of like moments you knew you wanted to do this?
Jeez. I'm gonna. Can I talk about a project that's just in its infancy that I really connected with?
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that. So I'm working on a project about DIY punk venues and like house shows in Virginia. And I was at a venue south of Winchester.
okay,
And it's a weird spot. It's a really weird spot, but it's a new house venue. So this guy lives there, and that's what I'm interested in, is people that live in house venues. What's that like?
yeah.
Why did you set it up? Why would you willingly invite a whole bunch of rowdy punks into your home? How do you not get robbed? All this stuff. And so there are a couple of iconic house venues that I need to like hit up, but I wanted to start with, this guy was really receptive, and so I went and I was talking with him. I was recording an interview, and he said, this comes from my love of heavy metal music, and Virginia is pretty deep with it. We've got GWAR is from here. Heavy metal darlings Baroness started in Rockbridge County in a basement. There's some deep roots here that I love. You've got it fits into this mid-Atlantic doom thing that I was talking about, and some other the Richmond thrash scene, and the punk scene down there. So I'm talking to this kid. He's probably 20. It's just he's full of energy. He's also a bass player, and he said, well, you look at what GWAR did in Richmond, and then you look at these places in Harrisonburg, and you named all these iconic houses. And he's like, why can't that be here? I want that for the punks here. The kids need a place to go. And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, this guy, it's not coming out of nothing. It's steeped in these like roots, and I'm like, that gets me excited. Like, it's not just some punk kid doing some punk shit. It's some punk kid doing some punk shit for a reason. Right? And these communities. And that's, I don't know, man. Like, that gets me excited.
I think the word I'm latching onto from that is roots.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally. They're so important.
Oh my gosh,
Thank you
T-Papas
so
and
much
Death
for all the
Loris.
subs. Yeah, T-Papas
Thanks.
and Death
We're getting a
Loris.
ton of subs
Oh my
right now. Thank you, everybody.
Send some bits, we might get a hype train going. Know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying. Yeah, the roots. There's something about like the relationship between roots and like, I don't know, enhanced string instruments. For me, I don't know what it is, but I like it. You know what it is? It's because they're fucking made of trees. That just occurred to me. It just, it was like, where?
Only Daisy Dream Brain could do that. I just want you to know, chat.
Where's Jasper Walkways Barth when I need him? My instrument making musical friend, who is also an anthropologist, folklorist guy. Anyway,
But Pat, I
was
also
like-
want to say
I was
that
like, what is it?
that the chat is going nuts with you describing that project. Joel Chappening, who's at the Kentucky Folklife program, says Kentucky's working on a similar thing right now. And also, Death Lorist in chat is out near Winchester, and she says, "Pat, I'm there." Hint, hint. But thank you everyone for all the bits and subs. We're already level 3 of the hype train. You guys are so
my gosh.
great tonight. You guys are so
This
great.
is freaking awesome.
Oh my god,
Heck
we're
yeah.
and we're at 90 subscribers. We might hit that 100 tonight. But
Wow,
Woo!
we've asked
Pat, I'm gonna
one
hit you with
heckin'
the-
question.
I'm gonna hit you with the next question, Pat. Why do you describe your work as nonfiction visuals?
Oh, yeah, totally. Because, that was something I did right when I was leaving the paper. Because it's like, if you kind of have to encompass a lot. As a professional photographer, if you say, well, I'm a photographer, people are going to be like, can you shoot my wedding? Can you do, my kids' whatever? And it's like, that's fine. I could probably do that. But the work I want is, I want people to know that I not only do photos, I also do video. I want to tell people that what I do is not overly photoshopped. Right?
Yeah.
I don't smudge your eyes into nothing. I don't, put a new face on your face so your face can look better than your original face. Nah, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in using light to show your face in a cool way. I had a client when I was full on freelance who came to my office for a headshot, and he said he stormed in, and we had a shoot planned for 10 in the morning, and he said first thing he said when we walked in is, "Can you take the bags out from under my eyes? I didn't sleep a wink last night." And I'm like, "Oh." And he's like, "Can you take the gray out of my hair? I really wouldn't like that." And I said, all right. And this is why I was happy I had the nonfiction visuals. I said, I don't really do much touch-up. And I said, frankly, this guy was a musician. He was a classical composer and phenom, an amazing violin player. And I said, honestly, I don't see why you wouldn't see that as a badge of honor. You've been doing it for this long. You've been active long enough to have the wrinkles and have the gray hair. I'm not interested in hiding that. I want to show that. And he actually put him at ease. He was very much receptive, because it's like, I'm proud of my scars. I'm proud of the miles on this meat, right? Like, I'm not interested in looking any different. Like, I'm me. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. And I feel like if more people could share that attitude, maybe it'd be a nicer planet. Maybe. No. So that's why I say nonfiction visuals, because I don't fudge it. Bring yourself to my studio or don't.
And I guess my follow up I want to get from that is how do you think that relates to like the concept of storytelling in a way?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, I definitely think it does. I definitely think that truth is stranger than any fiction that we can write. I've seen enough weird stuff, and I've met enough people. Like, all right, so I was at a Bigfoot convention.
Oh, like you do.
And like you do. I was vending there, like you do. And someone said to me, like, with all honesty, she actually was giving a presentation, and the sentence that will forever stick with me, that is like, yeah, you know what? Fiction doesn't need to be here. We got it all. We got it already. She said, well, when you open your third eye, you see Sasquatch everywhere.
Hell yeah.
I believe that's a let's fucking go.
Chat wants to know if that's in Harrisonburg.
It was not in Harrisonburg. It was in Fishersville. It's at Expo Land. I think, if you want, I got a photo. Let's see if I can get there. If you don't mind. All right. Let me. Oh, hey, I can see Dom now that I can, now that I'm, whatever. Let's see here. If you don't mind me showing.
Are you putting it in chat? Is that what you're doing?
I can share screen, I believe.
Share
right?
screen, yeah. Give me just 1 second.
All right. and I believe this was the woman that said it. Right here.
Let me know when your screen share is live.
All right, I am screen sharing. Go live.
All right.
So that's the woman who said it.
Wow.
At the Bigfoot conference.
That third eye open.
Which looked like this.
What kind of, what would you say this building is?
Oh, this is a big old place where they have like the county fair and the 4-H thing, and yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that for me, I'm gonna stop sharing. I thought it was like, what a cool, like, that sentence to me, it was like, yeah, truth is stranger than fiction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in that anymore. Hey, there we are.
Sure.
So yeah, truth and storytelling. That's kind of where it's at, isn't it?
I think so, especially in our field.
Agreed.
Pat, this might actually curtail quite well into some of the stuff you're saying, but can you explain how daily newspaper photography is a surreal art form?
Oh man, dude.
All right, that's the answer. Emphatic dude.
Emphatic dude. It's I feel like all right. Hey, you know what? Do you guys mind if I tie this to Pokemon Snap a little bit?
Go for it. Oh man, then we're really doing our jobs if the game worked that well.
It absolutely did. So imagine you didn't have to move in that little cart and teleport somewhere. You could just hang out in the same zone and look at it every day and photograph whatever Pokemon are coming through.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're sitting there and, yeah, sure, you got things. There becomes a rhythm of the community, right? So you're like, all right, we're photographing, city council meetings. We're photographing, football games. All right, that's cool. And then you start looking at the details in some of the darker corners because you've already photographed. It's like, oh yeah, cute kid with a sheep at the 4-H fair. All right, cool. Hey, what's behind the barn? Is that a weird Boy Scout camp where are they showing kids guns? Is that kid wearing all denim and have a bazooka? Huh? Is he smiling maniacally, aiming it into the air? What? Huh?
Is that I have to ask? Did that happen?
Daisy, that's too specific to be made up. Truth is stranger than fiction. You just said.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Okay, just confirming for the people who might not understand.
Yes. Let us not. Yeah, you were aiming to not be misunderstood.
Please. I mean, do you want to see him?
Oh, you gonna share screen again?
My God.
I mean, listen, I brought visual aids for the class.
Oh my God, yes! Hell yeah!
No, this honestly is the photo that I was like, this is a surreal art form. This stuff is weird. Because this was definitely at like a Boy Scout jamboree at like the same like 4-H place that had the Bigfoot conference.
Let me know when your screen shares up.
And I'm going live now.
Got it. My lord!
Zoom
in on that bad boy. Zoom in on that bad boy a little bit.
Pretty good, right? Weird.
Pretty weird.
And so this is
You
why
didn't say it
I'm
was
like,
a denim
listen.
vest. Wow.
It's weird, right? Like, this is some weird stuff. And like, I didn't set it up. I didn't tell him to hold the bazooka. I didn't tell him to set up in Augusta County, but here we are.
Yeah.
And that's why, the daily newspaper stuff can get really, really bizarre in a twisted, great way.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, chat.
So yeah,
the chat really liked that.
Yeah.
I got distracted reading chat.
It's so.
Oh man.
It's so interesting too, because I really like this question also, and maybe to get like art brain about it too.
Oh, let's go.
So I was thinking about this question a lot before the show, because like There's something people talk about how folklore is often the kinds of like leftovers of culture or the hidden pieces of culture, which is so funny because
used to do that more often. Yeah,
they used to do that more often, but I always thought it was interesting because folklore is about the everyday. So there's this weird juxtaposition between like folklore being eternally present and unnoticed at the same time.
Boom.
Pretty sure there's a book about this. I want to say it's called Absence in Folklore or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it's called. But I'm thinking like photography, I guess when you're describing it as like in a surrealism kind of sense, there's something about like folklore and surrealism that make it like so every day it becomes unconscious expressions. And like what you're picking up of like people, it's almost like you're in the conscious moment, right? You're at the fair and there's things you do at the fair, and so you're doing the things at the fair, and then there's all these other things that you, the person who's the outsider at the fair, might not know that happened, that are unconsciously just sort of evolving on their own. And being able to transition like through a camera or like with your lens, this medium, being able to like find that unconscious little layer of culture that's happening, yet is fully conscious to the people who are participating in it. I don't know. It's like you're like making a little. Why am I picturing the cover of fucking Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon? Like that is what you are doing with your camera. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Anyway, I was
Daisy,
like excited.
You crushed it, baby. You crushed it.
It's because I was tired. Anyway, please don't allow me to be fully caffeinated ever in the presence of this stream.
No, you did it. You nailed it, people.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, but that's what you're drawing attention to. It makes so much sense. Yeah.
And it's I feel like it's a practice in being receptive, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's like you soak it in. I almost feel like when I'd go to these things, it's like you know what to expect with like the 4th of July thing is going on. You're like, all right, cool, things are going on the 4th of July, and then you shoot that, and you're like, okay, but what's going on over here? And it's like and it's like soaking it in, and it's that art of every day, and it becomes like it's elevating those benign moments, right? And but it takes I feel like that's kind of my superpower, is like soaking it in, being observant, and elevating that mundane. So-called mundane.
So-called, yeah.
Right. I mean, it's like just it's so normal it becomes not normal.
Right.
Daisy, you got to say what you said in chat to Pat.
What, Notice and Wonder, baby?
Jeannie Thomas, right? Notice and Wonder.
Jeannie Thomas, yeah. Jeannie Thomas. One of my, Dr. Jeannie Thomas at Utah State University was the head of the English department for a long time, who's also a folklorist. Mm-hmm. She used to always tell her classes to notice and wonder, and that's how you start seeing the folklore patterns. And you're noticing and wonder. You're seeing that camera, and you're just doing that little drift that's like, oh, I wonder what's over there. Notice and wonder, baby.
Can I
Thomas, let's go.
Can I tell a story to Pat right now?
I would love it. Please,
Pat, I will always associate Notice and Wonder with the time we played Smash on stream, and Daisy told us they couldn't really follow the action when it got to like high level play, but they were there to notice and wonder. And I think there's a certain connection I'm making from that to you describing like the surreal art form of like everyday photography, that like you're not always going to follow the action, you're always going to have to notice and wonder.
That's it.
Okay, how'd I do, Daisy?
Yeah, no, I totally think so. Well, and then by the end of it, I understood it. Yeah. I at least could understand like the big things, or like why a particular moment was more impressive than another move. Like,
and that applies to what Pat's talking about too. Jeez, I don't know. We're on a roll tonight.
This is great. Tell me something. Something. Don, who do you guys main in Smash?
In the new one?
That's a dumb question.
Dealer's choice.
I play hero in the new Smash, like Dragon Quest hero, but I think the character I'm most likely to play across every Smash game is Captain Falcon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There we go.
Captain Falcon. Falcon.
High five.
Hell yeah.
Falcon Punch all the time. I am a surgeon with that thing.
Hell yeah.
I don't play Smash,
I'm
but
a
one
knee
time
guy.
somebody
I'm a knee
referred.
guy.
Like, I don't really play Smash that much, or like have a play enough to have like a main. But somebody did refer to Dom and I as Banjo and Kazooie.
That's right.
So I think that's about what I remember from that. So,
Pat, let me ask you one more serious question before we get into the fun stuff. You ready?
Ready.
All right. As a renowned carnivore from Ohio, who now resides in the Shenandoah Valley, can you tell us about the meat journey of the Hillbilly Highway?
You know what's really funny is recently I just started eating meat on the weekends. Like, I've really gone off meat, which is hilarious, but I indulged too much in my youth.
Failure.
Yeah,
happens to the best of us.
Well, the meat journey of the Hillbilly Highway. Do you want me to start at the end or the beginning?
Dealer's
of
choice.
The highway.
Joseph Campbell, who we have feelings about on the show, would say you should start in the middle.
Oh, that's not Joseph Campbell. That's Homer's thing. Come on.
Oh, well.
Homer would say
that. Okay, well.
Thank you, T-Papas.
I want to tell you. Can I tell you a story about like a local cuisine that I tried to track down? It's a meat-centric cuisine. All right. So where I'm from in Ohio, I'm real close to a small city called Barberton. And this is a suburb of Akron, blue collar. These are people that worked in the rubber factories, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know this because on my mom's side of the family, like a second cousin once removed, the whole family came over from Serbia and Eastern Europe and settled in Barberton. So the factory workers wanted just a nice dinner, right? They wanted some place to get a hot meal. So they started making this fried chicken. And this fried chicken is nothing special, but it's cut different, right? Like the thighs are a specific shape, the breasts are a specific shape. They have chicken backs, which is interesting. And it really is not seasoned hardly at all, but it's breaded and fried in lard.
Oh my God.
Delicious. You bite into it and it's like the fat just runs down your face.
It's
so delicious.
God.
It's so and a plate of this is fried chicken, potatoes, fried in the same lard the chicken is, right? Coleslaw that's really finely grated coleslaw with a lot of vinegar in it.
Hell yeah.
And hot rice. Hot rice is based. It's like soupy, paprika-y, a lot of onions and some rice.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's also called hot sauce, and it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And my cousin Jeffrey's was it grandmother-in-law, I think, brought the hot rice to the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was her contribution. So anyway, I grew up with this stuff. It was special occasion food. It was, you have a birthday, go get a box of Barberton chicken, bring it. It tastes like home to me, right? It's rich, it's spicy, it's delicious. So with John Lohman and I ended up in Serbia in 2019 with the legendary Ingramets out of Richmond. It's a gospel group.
Okay.
And Sherman Holmes of the Holmes brothers from Christchurch, Virginia. And they were packing churches. They were packing concert halls.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Incredible.
Killer, amazing tour. It was beautiful. And one of the last days there are this gentleman, Jim Hagengruber, from the State Department. He said, "Hey, let's you and me go out to dinner." I was like, "That sounds great." He goes, "Any place you want to go?" I said, "We've been hanging out for 2 weeks now. What do you think I'd like?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "I know this place. It's an old school Serbian place. Has a bunch of taxidermied animals on the wall. It's gonna be great." I said, "Yeah, I'm there." And so this entire trip when I was in Serbia, I'm looking around for fried chicken. I'm like, there's got to be some route back to, Ohio. I got to find this out. It's near and dear to my heart. And so every place we went, I'd be like, well, what about the fried chicken? Is there fried chicken?
Yeah.
Never found anything. So finally, like, fine, let's go to this restaurant. It'll be great. You know, it's the kind of place where you wear a dinner jacket, but it's old school, so it's kind of like my kind of place.
Mm-hmm.
And so we sit down, and I order, I forget what it was, some sort of pork thing that was rolled up in this big log. Very healthy, obviously. It was battered and fried. You know,
a pork log, of course.
Yeah, pork log, battered and fried, full of cheese, probably. I don't know, delicious. Really was delicious, but the thing is, it came out, and the coating on it was the Barberton chicken coating.
No way!
Yeah, and I'm like, this is it. And so, like, I ate it, and it was so, oh my god, it was so good. Golden brown, just crispy, full of that delicious fat. And but that was the closest I got. And when they had people at the embassy, like, asking locals. Like, they had people looking around for me. Didn't find it, but I found the roots of it, and it's like, so it only exists in America. It only exists in Barberton. Like, there is no Serbian fried chicken. It's just meat that's cooked this way. Yeah. And in Ohio, it's elevated because it's not like KFC, right?
Yeah.
It's actually delicious.
Yeah.
And it's had staying power. It's all so seeing that and tasting that food, that filled a puzzle piece for me, right? On a personal meat journey.
That's beautiful.
Which I think you were asking about my personal meat journey. I'm gonna
basically, yeah. You took me places I didn't even think I was gonna go. Thought we were gonna follow 23 or something. You had me all over the world. Powerful,
amazing,
powerful.
Very good, very good.
Well,
yes.
Let's get into the fun questions, because my first fun question is a Northeast Ohio meat question.
I'm here for it.
And that is Swenson's Drive-In, overrated, underrated, or accurately rated?
Accurately rated.
Accurately rated. The Van Halen of fast food. Okay.
Don't let Skyway fool you.
Skyway?
Don't let Skyway fool you. It's Swenson's. Don't go to Skyway.
Oh, got it. This is another. I've not frequented this establishment, but I know a thing or two about Swenson's. What's your order? What's your order at Swenson's? Let's go.
Galley Boy.
Oh, first, chat wants to know, what is Swenson's?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the best. I love it.
Thank you, Dom. This is an insightful question. You've been, I assume?
This was all me. Sorry, Sleuths. I'm taking credit for this one.
It makes sense. Yes.
So, Swenson's is a drive-in restaurant. It's kind of like, Sonic. You drive up and you park your car and somebody brings you out a burger on a tray that you wedge on your window or on your dashboard. All right. So, but this is really good.
Yeah.
Like, oh man. It like they put a bunch of butter on the buns and they like put it on the griddle. The burgers themselves, I believe. I mean, I don't want to give too much away, right?
Because we go to Swenson's.
Because I know a thing or two. Unfortunately, fortunately, whatever.
Either.
It's like brown sugar in the meat,
and
so it gets really like, it's really nice.
Yeah.
And so you go get a burger. It's like it's cooked on a flat top, like, and you get fries and shakes and all your, all the fixins. So typically, what I do, usually you go with somebody, and I'll tell you why. Because you get, my typical order is a Galley Boy. Either French fries or potato teasers, depending on how I'm feeling that day.
What would other restaurants call a Galley Boy for chat?
A double burger with 2 special sauces.
There we go.
Ooh. And people also want to know what the teasers are.
Oh, it's like fried potatoes
with thick cut fries or something.
No. It's like spicy tater tots.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're kind of. Thank you for the follow, Maggie. No, I'd like to say they're like tater tots that are seasoned like the Rally's Checkers fries. Is that fair?
Well, they also have cheese in the middle.
And then the cheese in the middle is its own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's an institution.
Joel Chapmaning says sexy tots. I do think that is accurate.
Pause.
Yes.
Pause.
Sexy tots. That's it. And then, then what I usually do is I like to get a banana shake.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, they got banana shakes there? Oh my gosh.
They got all sorts of shakes, but I like the banana shake. And then what I do is also you go with somebody so you can share an order of onion rings, because you don't want the whole order of onion rings.
That's right.
And then you can share the onion rings, and they can get whatever they want, which is usually a galley boy, because come on. Are you really not going to get a galley boy? So,
my gosh.
Yeah.
There's a couple of comments from chat I want to highlight. Slightly Immortal says, "Holy crap, they got a green olive on that burger in the website pic. How have I never been there?"
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah,
green olive with a pimento, skewered with a toothpick through the top.
So good.
Pat, can I tell you about my Swenson's order though?
Please go ahead.
You gotta get those. You gotta eat those tots or whatever they call them, potato puffs, whatever. Of course, teasers. I think they make my favorite sloppy Joe in America. But here's what I'm really here for. What do you call it? The Zango? The deep fried cheesecake? That's my favorite thing at Swenson's.
What? When did they put that on the menu?
I've been there 2 times since my friend has lived in Akron post college, and Gustav Mahler, who's sometimes in chat. What's up? That's you. And I've gotten that that Zango, that fried cheesecake both times, and it is, dude. It is just it is an edible nap.
That's got to be a new menu thing, because every time I go, I'm like, listen, I don't need the menu. I know what I'm about.
yeah.
But next, it's called a Zango?
I think so.
Oh, all right. And obviously...
Daisy, can you pull up that menu? The Swenson's menu? Daisy, post the Swenson's menu in chat, please.
I got it.
Let's go.
I'm convincing Joel Chapman to come meet
Slightly
me
Immortal looked it up. Zango with an X.
I'm gonna post just a menu, or I'm gonna attempt to post just a menu. Let's see what happens here. Hell yeah, brother.
While we're doing menu stuff, should we go to menus in chat, people? Menu in chat.
In chat.
It looks pretty fucking stellar.
I'm gonna get to the next question while people are looking at that menu.
Yeah, go get your order in.
Yeah, get your
order.
Oh my
god, it looks pretty
DoorDash your Swenson's real quick.
DoorDash your Swenson's.
Looks like, oh my god, looks like I can heckin' go there too. Let's go.
Pat, what's the origin of Truck Month? Happy Truck Month. What's the origin of Truck Month?
Well, thank you for recognizing the holidays. What the origin? The origin is getting bombarded with advertisements for trucks and Truck Month, and being like, "Wait, what? The what?" And so I just fully embraced it. And I was like, "Yeah, you know what? It is a religious holiday. Let's staple all those religious trappings straight to this American consumerism, because it needs to be." So that's where Truck Month comes from. It's fucking weird.
We advertise the zine over break, but what else do you do for the holidays?
Go. How does one truly express the feeling that Truck Month gives them in their heart, Dom?
Probably hauling the camper you don't own up the mountain you don't live by.
One, I live by a mountain. 2, I sleep in my station wagon. That's pretty good. It is a '94 Buick, and I have slept in it quite a lot.
Those Buicks are comfy from back then.
Oh my god, it's like rolling on a dream, and it's got a 350. It's great. Cop drivetrain.
Hell yeah!
For those of you in the know. So yeah, what I do for Truck Month? Probably make a picture about it, drink a couple of light beers, whatever.
That's the best way I can imagine that participation looking.
Yeah.
People are making a lot of truck jokes in the chat. I don't know if you're following it or not.
Chat has been lively all night.
People getting real silly. People get real silly.
Yep. Keep Christ in truck. Oh, John Bartles is here?
Bartles is here.
Oh, another friend from Kent State. He's in Kentucky now.
Hell yeah.
He liked your noises, he said earlier.
Yeah, he said he misses your sound effects.
Yeah.
Oh man, I miss John. We got to get together. John and I played D&D in college together.
Oh hell
Oh
yeah!
yeah.
Yeah,
We love a good TTRPG.
Was it he and another character? I think he was the halfling, and the other one was the half-orc barbarian who had improvised weapon. This is back in 3rd edition.
Hell yeah!
And threw John as a weapon across a ravine.
Hell yeah! No, I saw that going.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's like it's the best.
Love it.
John's a good guy. He's great. Glad to
Nice.
hear, dude.
Pat, question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
If you had to give up one forever, Ethio jazz or Ethiopian coffee?
God damn it.
I have a very I'm not going to influence you, but I have
Me
a very
neither.
strong
Me neither.
opinion
But
about
I have a
this.
very strong opinion too, Daisy.
I have an extremely strong opinion about this.
Guys, this is cruel. I mean, how do I honestly, like, do I cut off my right leg or my left leg? Damn,
Slightly
I guess-
Immortal says, "Can you take an arm instead?" Big agree in the chat.
Yeah. Is truly. I mean, geez, guys. I guess I could get by. There are some interesting Central American light roasts that can. Oh, but they don't hold a candle to any Ethiopian, right?
And I think you could probably say the same thing about like West African jazz, but isn't gonna hold
Truly.
a candle to Ethiopia.
I know there's a vibe from Ethiopian jazz that is just
It's so
too
good.
good. God, I can't answer the question.
That's fair. Then maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't be there. Yeah, are you
Hopefully.
kidding? This is the first time someone said pass on the show.
Yeah, I think this is our first pass.
Very fair. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, pass. You guys roll. You guys flip a coin, and whatever you guys figure out, I'll weep about. But whatever. Pass.
Historic moment, says Letter Dandy.
Oh my God.
Oh, John Bartle says, no answer, then you must give up both. Oops.
Oh,
Yeah.
come
Oh.
on.
Hey, you don't make the rules. We do. Okay.
The sleuths do.
Appreciate
Oh my
you, sleuths.
God. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
best designed question for Pat in the history of Pat and
Thank you,
questions.
Maggie.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thanks to
Sleuth,
sleuths.
Yes.
Y'all sleuths really did your research.
All right, last
All
fun
right,
question for
this
you.
is
Last fun
the-
question.
Just you wait, my guy.
Yes, you wait, my
Oh,
guy.
God.
All right, Pat. Last fun question, but this is in many ways the most serious question we've ever asked.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Why should GWAR be the headliner at the Richmond Folk Festival?
Two words. Splash zone.
Go
Yes!
on.
Yes!
Tell chat.
Explain the splash zone for the people who do not know. I have a friend
Oh.
who has like the same shirt that they've worn to like 10 different GWAR concerts. It's
That's
like totally
awesome.
nasty. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean like GWAR is famous for shooting blood, bile, this is all fake, fluids, jizz,
Etc.
just etc. straight into the crowd. And you see photographers who are in the media area just covered in plastic because they got to make sure their cameras don't get completely destroyed by all the jizz, blood, bile, and everything else that gets sprayed into the crowd,
Yeah.
etc. Yeah, I gotta say that'd be an amazing. Like, put them at the dance tent. Put them over on Browns Island.
Put him with the cloggers.
That's it. You get the Cajun guys going in there. They're playing a nice set. People are doing the
Yes,
and
yes.
then you just blast them down. It'll be great. And then of course you can sweep off you got to have them last because then you got to like totally scrub off the dance floor. That's where they should be. Yes, absolutely.
And
Splash
for
them.
the people in chat who maybe don't know the connection. You mentioned it a little earlier. You go into more detail with their connection to Virginia Folklife.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, we don't have an official connection yet. We're working with them.
Folklore in the state of Virginia in general.
Certainly. I do have a crate of GWAR tapes that I've been working on digitizing that were found in a punk house basement. Oh, yes. So I'm working on that.
Oh my God.
I've got them some of the footage. I've been working with Bobby on that. But so Dave Brocky was in a band called Death Piggy. It was a kind of run-of-the-mill punk band in, like, I'm trying to think of the time. This is probably in the 80s. In the 80s. Right about the time when Henry Rollins and Ian Mackay were over working in the Haagen-Dazs in DC.
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely. And I know the era. Yeah. This is Rat Poison, sir. You have the option. Yep.
So they Brocky tried to make it in DC, but they didn't take him seriously, and it was too expensive to live there. So what happened is Brocky moved down to Richmond because it was way cheaper, because at that point it was the murder capital of, like, the United States.
Huh.
And so he rented it. This is when Virginia Commonwealth University is a famous art school. So he went down there and rented a studio that he lived in, like a bunch of the other artists, at the Dairy Building in Jackson Ward. And so his band practiced there, Death Piggy. And there was a guy who had a studio just down the way who was making a movie in his art studio that was, I believe the working title was Scumdogs of the Universe.
Okay.
And for one of the Death Piggy shows, Dave Brocky was like, hey, would you mind if we borrowed some of your costumes and maybe did a different band, but, like, with these costumes?
Yeah.
And the guy was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so they went out and opened for Death Piggy as, I don't remember the spelling of it, but it wasn't GWAR. It wasn't GWAR. It was like GHRUGH or something. Like, yeah. And apparently they were wildly more popular than Death Piggy.
Oops.
And so he was like, well, now we gotta have the costumes. Let's go. And the rest is history. But the only reason that happened is because of the cheapness of Richmond at the time.
Yeah.
And all the artists who were fucking weirdos in the area. And honestly, they did all their early costume work, like DIY, like Bobby was telling me, he was like, yeah, man, we just, like, cut up foam stuff and taped it together and see if it would work. And sometimes it would fall apart and sometimes it wouldn't. And we developed it. And it's fantastic. It couldn't happen anywhere else but Richmond at that time.
I'm sold.
It's great.
Daisy, you want to do the honors on this next part?
I was gonna say, can I? Because this is the fun part.
I think I can tell from several states away that you're trying to.
We have reached that point in the night where we have asked you all of the main questions that we have, but we move on to a very fun little game to play with our guest. Have you ever made a tier list before?
Oh, man, I have not. Oh, man.
Well, if you go ahead and click watch stream on your screen with us in the chat, you will see that we have a tier list curated for you. If you don't know what a tier list is, it's a thing that comes from fighting games, and people on Twitch like to use it to rank everyday things about our lives from a scale of S to D, usually S being the masterclass superior, number one, and D being the worst. We have created an F tier on this stream before. That has happened at least once.
Yeah.
And this is yours to make your own. We have a favorite GWAR member tier list for you to help us fill out today. So Dom will put them in order of your preference, and I guess take it away.
I'd like to say something first. First.
Okay. Yeah.
We went to the tiermaker.com where we make these tier lists, and we typed in GWAR, and they had favorite GWAR album, but not member. And I know there's like 45 over the entire history of GWAR, and we don't have that much time on stream, so we cut it. So we tried to pick. Many. So we tried to pick 10 iconic ones, and you're gonna rank them.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like Daisy said, S to D. Are you ready?
Oh my god!
Are you ready to get into this?
Can I put them all at the very top? Is that cool?
You can make this what you want.
I will say, last week was one of our most involved tier lists because Shirley put original Mountain Dew on the bottom and chat blew up. So yes, you can put them all in S if you want chat to fall asleep. So
yes.
Also, I should say that is the funny thing about GWAR is like you really can't throw a stone in Richmond without hitting someone who's like, "Oh yeah, man, I was in GWAR." It's like, yeah, I know you were, buddy. That's cool. It's like a whole thing. It's a big umbrella.
oh my god!
All right.
Let's starting off right here. We've got Ballsack, the Jaws of Death.
I mean, top.
All the way,
Very
right, immediate us.
It's immediate S because he signed my copy of There Will Be GWAR.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Next
is that
up,
Beefcake?
That's Beefcake the Mighty.
All right, well, that's just, top. Come on. This is Mike.
Okay, above or below?
Above or below Ballsack.
Hold on. The pictures are so small on my screen that I can't see if you have Blothar.
Oh,
you mean
we got Blothar. Yeah, we got Blothar.
Blothar and Beefcake are the same guy.
But
it's the same
guy.
guy.
Kayfabe.
Oh shit! What I meant to say is, they're both all three on the top because that guy rules.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, is this how you want them alphabetically?
I'll put jeez, man.
I love this.
Because here's the thing, like Mike is doing some great work. You know what? Sure. You know what? Yeah. Like
for the Smash people out here, this is like when people call Armada Adam. Okay, Mike, cool.
John Bartle says alphabetically by height.
With or without boots. Damn it.
With or without boots.
All right. So, question: if they are further to the left, are they more powerful?
Yes.
All right. So move Ballsack to the right.
All the way.
All the way.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
That look good.
That looks good to me so far.
This next image I found says share this image of Bone Snapper for no reason. So rank this image of Bone Snapper for no reason.
Come on, you're giving me Bone Snapper?
I'm giving you Bone Snapper.
All right. And also I'm seeing Odorous on there, so I gotta. All right, hold on. You know what? You gotta drop. Fuck, guys.
Yep. Thank you, Sleuths.
All right, so Bone Snapper is fantastic.
I want to say this list was pretty much curated by one of our sleuths who lives in Virginia. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Bone Snapper does a lot behind the scenes. On stage, he's a presence, but backstage he does so much and he keeps great records. So fuck, guys.
We love a good scheduler over here. We love a good record keeper.
The record keeping thing is a thing. Like the book There Will Be GWAR would not be possible without him. And it's an amazing compendium. Go to GWAR Bar and buy it. Also, GWAR Bar has great food.
I bet.
I mean, solid. Like their chicken and waffles, only rivaled by one other place I've ever been, and that was Thelma's Chicken and Waffles in Roanoke, which was. And I went on Sunday for gospel brunch, and that was top notch.
Sounds like you're trying to talk your way out of ranking, Pat.
I'm thinking about it, Dom. I wish you wouldn't see through my lies. Listen, Bone Snapper is in the A.
Okay.
He's there.
Okay.
Yeah. Odorous, come on. Odorous is. I get like 20 pixels.
So next up we've got Jizmac the Gusha.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was Odorous.
I think Odorous.
I'm getting like 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that is Odorous. All right.
We got Jizmac first.
Let's put him in the B squad.
Okay, he can be B squad.
Yeah.
Now
squad.
we've come to Odorous.
Yeah.
Odorous or Rungus?
I mean, come on. He's the man. Like he's there. He's all the way at the top.
Than me. Context of your tier list.
if when you die, your body, quote unquote, is put out on a boat in a lake with a giant phallus sticking up and set on fire by flaming arrows, only to have your codpiece explode in fireworks for one last cum shot to the sky. That means you have arrived. He's also... There is a monument.
Who is
There's
you in that sentence?
Odorous.
Oh, okay. At first I thought it was
Odorous.
me or Daisy, and I was lost.
No. I'm sorry. The royal we.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
yeah, I
royal-
get it now.
Also, he's buried. Like there's a memorial stone to Dave Brocky, aka Odorous Orungus, in Hollywood Cemetery in Richmond. Like on the same street as as many Confederate generals. And I will tell you, that's a win for everybody else and a loss for the Confederacy. Fuck y'all. Right? It's so good. It's so good. Like, his stone is like, it's... yes. So
Okay, Pat, we don't normally do this, but you know what we can do?
What's that?
This can be our first double S if you need to go double S.
I need to go double S.
All right. This is Meta Knight in Brawl level. Okay? Add row above.
Okay.
Add row above, and I think I'm gonna go make this. I think double S has got to be. Let's go hot pink.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
We have reached for the first time on the show double S.
Folks,
Yes,
this
please.
double S moment.
Thank you.
There
All
we
right.
go.
I appreciate
yeah, there we go. That looks good.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on after that. We got Postulus Maximus.
Make it S squared. Can you make it S squared?
That's
Oh,
not
I swear
the.
to be nice.
It's not the. I don't know how to superscript on this website,
Make
and that's not
S2.
that's not the parlance.
Okay.
Postulus. Postulus can go. Let's go C. We'll go C.
Okay.
Because somebody's got to be down there,
Yep.
and I get it.
The next
Who's this?
is this executioner.
Ah, yeah. All right. That's gonna be up there. That's gonna be. Let's go up next to Bone Snapper.
Top of A, bottom
Yeah.
of A. Where do you think?
Bottom of A.
Bottom of A.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Up next, Sleazy P Martini.
Oh, fuck that guy. Put him a D.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we've shown a moment.
Yeah, no. I'll tell you why.
Explain.
For his role in the Beavis and Butthead video game on Sega Genesis, where the prize was tickets to the GWAR show. Like, you beat the game, you get to go to see GWAR.
Yes.
Yeah. And Sleazy P Martini, I believe, was the antagonizer.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what a
This is the
specific
deepest
reason.
cut anyone has pulled
This
up
is-
on our folklore show.
Yeah, that's like the most that really is a deep cut. You gotta be in the understand.
Got deep, baby.
Yes.
And
Thank you for sharing that opinion.
Oh,
Pat, you see who's last?
hold on, I can see it. Who is that?
That is Slime and Esther Hyman.
Oh yeah. Oh man. She's up there too, man. I digitized a tape of her doing like a lounge act number dressed as a snake.
Oh my god.
It was awesome. I don't know what they're doing with the footage, but it was beautiful. So I'd put that at A.
And top of A, middle of A, bottom of A.
I put him right in between.
Okay.
Put her right in between.
Good.
Yeah,
I like
there it is.
her and Executioner next to each other. I think that's
Yeah.
That's what I
good
wanted. That's
symmetry.
what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Someone in chat
Wow.
mentioned this. Oh, yeah. It's a historical moment tonight because we had our first time we had to go row above and get to that double S absolutely broken godlike tier for Odorous Uranus.
yes.
People, this is Pat Jarrett, and now you're the Royal You official GWAR member tier list. And I gotta say, on a Daisy, I can come up with this one. On a scale from Odorous Uranus to Sleazy P Martini. How hard will Beavis and Butthead cry for you when you die? How's that as a summary, Daisy?
That was pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good. I was gonna say on a scale of which one? ascended in a last climactic moment of death on a river.
You're cutting in and out, Daisy. What was that?
What? The last climactic moment of death on a river, or double entendre
Odorous?
intended.
Yeah, odorous.
Yeah, odorous. Yeah, that to like villain video game, something like going out with a final largest cum shot in existence to being chased down in a beach.
These are things that have never been said on the show before, and
I know.
As I told Ricky Saltzman's class earlier today, my future boss definitely did watch the show before I was hired, so that's great. Okay,
Cool.
I'm gonna cut back to the on the call, and Daisy, before we cut to Mod Talk, Daisy, do you want to try like unplugging and plugging your mic back in?
Yeah, hold on one second.
Okay. While you're doing that, though, Pat, have you got anything additional that you need to plug for the chat?
Things I gotta plug. Well, I did have the ad up for the Virginia Folklife apprenticeship program.
From March 1.
March 1. If you know traditional artists in Virginia who want to apply, or I should know about, drop us a line.
Sure.
Because I want to hear about it, and also Katie Clune wants to hear about it.
Katie Clune!
Who is now, she will be taking over as the director of the Virginia Folklife program. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What do I have to plug? Y'all, not a ton. My band's playing on Saturday. My jazz band. So that's
in Virginia?
Cool. In Virginia, here in Stanton, Virginia, we're playing.
I know some of you in chat aren't that far of a drive. I don't want to dox anyone, but I know that's doable.
Well, so the band is Boxcar Speakeasy, and we play turn of the century New Orleans jazz, last century. Yeah. All 100-year-old songs, and we're playing at the Clock Tower. Actually, it's The Tempest. They changed names. So, yeah, come on out. Listen to some good tunes.
And
the Deputy 36 says cow punchers.
Oh.
Actually, excuse me. Cow punchers!
Cow punchers!
All caps.
Also, subscribe to my the podcast I'm on with, I assume that's the Deputy.
Who else could it be?
You watch Dumb Westerns with friends. That is correct.
Yeah.
We are thick in the middle of Sabatathon, which, if you don't know, Sabata is a real Italian Western.
Hey.
And we watch them for you, so you don't have to. So subscribe to Cow Punchers wherever you get your podcasts. That's going to be fun. There's also going to be a folk life-centric podcast launching at the public radio station, WMRA.
Yo, word?
Yeah. It's called Folk Life Field Notes.
Ooh.
And that's going to be launching next week, I believe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sweet. And I'm working with producer Chris Boros, and I am so excited to get that out in the world. We've been scheming since he moved here. We worked together at WKSU in Kent, Ohio, and he moved down here to the Shenandoah Valley, and we're at it again.
Hell yeah.
Well, how's that for plugs?
That's great, Daisy. You already Pat. You mentioned subscribe, Daisy. You've already started this, but. A fantastic interview, Pat. Everyone who's a subscriber, you got to drop it all the ladders you got in the chat for Pat right now.
special emotional. Quilts have had meaning on many levels. Making quilts helped me to get a sense of my own space, sense of finding my way, sense of really working my way out of the labyrinth.